All right, Shalom everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Islam to all the Moors. I am very happy to be here. Struggled all day trying to go live. But welcome to the free Astro Theology course. I am Dr. Yasapa. Our textbook, our primary textbook, of course, is still the Astrology of the Old Testament, or the Lost Word Regained, published in 1892. The author is Carl Anderson. The link to the free PDF is in the description area of the video. Okay, so, all right, so we have a signal. All right. So it's good to go, y'all. I'm happy. It was very difficult to get started. So listen, we're gonna continue on the topic of the law of correspondence. And the law of correspondence in chapter 13 of our primary textbook, the Astrology of the Old Testament. So give me 1 second, y'all. Now, of course, we finished the chapter, but I want to share something with you from another book. Give me 1 second. I forgot the name of the chapter. That's what I need to find out. So just be patient with me. I forgot the name of the chapter. This is a fundamental chapter, scholars. Fundamental. That's going to be more evident to you as we continue into the next book. So this is chapter 13 in our primary textbook. Description of the planets. So as above, what they rule over, and whom as below. So as above, so below. As below, so above. That's a Hermetic Law of Correspondence. And then also, I didn't mention, this also has to do with the Hermetic Law of cause and effect, right? Every cause has an effect, and every effect is due to a cause. So let me show y'all what I did. These are a bunch of documents that I printed, and I'm hoping everyone will do this because you should go to enforcetheconstitution.org and get all of your documents. So for example, so I printed the Constitution for the United States of North America. This is the so the Constitution. Give me 1 second. Several documents that I wanted to have in one book form. Case laws, due process case laws are there. You can download, and it's all free, y'all. And they haven't been edited. So it's safe. It's safe to go there. You know, nobody has doctored them up. But several documents. I included the Clearfield Doctrine. Everybody see that? So you can get these documents quickly in one place, and you have confidence that they haven't been edited. So I also have this document there. Y'all see Moore's Order of the Round Table. I included in that, and but this is just my preference for how I'm using the documents for these classes, for the astro theology classes. let's see. So let me continue. I included the code of the laws of the United States of America. See, in one book form. So now, and actually this is pretty cool, right? Because now I can relate, for example, information like this, I can include it in a live stream as needed, as long as I got the book. As long as I have this with me, I can go into all of that. All right. The astrology and astrotheology of those symbols. Okay. One moment. Don't worry, I'm getting to what I want to get to. So also, Clock of Destiny, Volume 1. Clock of Destiny, Volume 1. Okay, I wanted to have that in there. And when you go to the website, you can pick and choose what documents you want to have bound into one book, depending on when and how you're going to use them, right? So, give me 1 second here. I just want to give you guys some ideas of what you can do and how convenient it is to have all those documents there for you in one place. Okay, so Clock of Destiny 2. Okay, Volume 2 right there. And let's see, I'm looking for the Zodiac and I'm looking for the Zodiac Constitution. I hope the printer put it in here. If not, I'm going to have to take it back so the printer can include it. I put Restoration of Consular Court. I also put Restoration of Consular Court in there. So scholars, you should keep in mind that all of our stuff is based in nature and astrology. Well, astrology is nature, right? It's the highest of the high sciences, astrology. And unfortunately, it looks like the printer did not include the astrology. I'm sorry. The Zodiac Constitution. Looks like she didn't do it. So let me see. But I have it. I have it in another book. I just wanted everything in one book that I want to refer to as I go through these lessons. But anyway, I'm going to give you a taste of the benefit of it. Okay, a taste of the benefit of it. So let's go to the Clock of Destiny, Volume 1. Clock of Destiny, Volume 1. Take a look. This is the central sun, right? So y'all know the Ta cross, right? When our ancestors, you see them in Kemet like this. This is the Ta cross. Everyone remember that? The cherubim, the ends of each of my arms represent the cherubim. So the head of a bull, which is Taurus, the head of a lion, which is Leo, the head of a eagle, which is Scorpio, and then the head of a man, right? And then the blazing sun, fixed in the center, it's immovable, right? Who is us, right? The Moors, the Genesis chapter 1, verse 2, Moor, the autochthonous Moor sprung from the soil, who is thought made manifest from the soil, right, y'all? So this is the brazen sun, okay? The only begotten sun, the only sun in our universe. The only begotten sun, meaning the only sun in our universe. Sorry, in our galaxy. Okay, so the only begotten Son of God, the only begotten S-U-N, Son of God, the only begotten S-O-N, Son. Y'all remember the S-U-N and S-O-N, they're the same, okay, in German, in the German and the Dutch. You'll see that in English, they just replace the U with an O. So it's still the orb or the disk in the sky that provides heat, which facilitates life. Okay, now, G-O-D, we've gone through that. I really don't feel like going through G-O-D again. It's a verb transitive. There are many different levels of it, or many different ways you can slice it, or many different angles you can look at it, right? It's Sirius, the dog star, of course. It's Odin, Woden. It's a remix of Thoth, from which Thoth, the Kemetic deity, known for having the stylist, right? And he's writing documents. He's said to have written over 40,000 documents. Of course, that's symbolism. Thoth is supposed to be Mercury in the Greek, messenger, Messiah. So Thoth is said to be the messenger of the gods, plural, referencing the planets. But at a higher level than that, the gods are pure consciousness. See, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness. Pure awareness. Pure intelligence. Infinite intelligence. It is the place where there is no division. Everything is unified. There's just one. There's no me, there's no you. Okay? There is no division, no separation. I hope that's clear. I'll give you an example. The first Hermetic law is mentalism. All is mind. The universe exists in the mind of the all. But the other 6 laws emanate from the first, which is all is mind. Thought is a function of the mind. Thinking is a function of the mind. Creativity, imagination is the workshop of the mind. I hope y'all see the relationship. Imagination is the workshop of the mind. Boris writes, hello there, good day to you, Dr. Yasapa. Shalom, Boris. Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, y'all. Is it clear? The workshop of the mind, the creative faculty of the mind, is your imagination. Okay, your imagination. And isn't it, I don't want to say ironic or strange, well, this is the truth. The only thing that a man or a woman can control is his thoughts, or are her thoughts. You have complete control over that. Nobody can force you to think anything. That's your choice. Now, why is that? Why is it that that's the only thing that you have, as Napoleon Hill says, complete and unchallengeable control over? Your thoughts. Well, remember, thought is a function of the mind. Mind, all is mind, is the first Hermetic law. Well, it becomes obvious to you, right? So you can create and destroy. You can cause good and you can do evil. You can create a lifestyle. You can create friendships, relationships of all sorts. You can invent. You can do everything. You can heal. You can heal the sick. All in the workshop of your mind. All in the workshop of your mind. Or by doing what? Through mental movies. Through mental movies. This is how you activate your God faculty, as it were. Okay, so you have complete and unchallengeable control over that one thing that matters the most, over that one thing that can outpower anybody or anything else, which is thought, thinking, imagination. All right? Now do y'all see why the hybrid wants to hijack your mind, hijack your imagination? How does he do that? Through TV, through music, through media, through oppression, right? Put you in a peak emotional state, keep you there through suffering, through fear, okay? Through suffering and fear, all right? And so therefore has access to your subconscious mind. Also through written material. Okay, so all of these things are a form of narrative transportation. Transport you into a story, and then actually they don't do it. You allow it to be done to you. And of course, this is where the Hermetic law of mental gender comes in. The weak, masculine mental energy, which is your great I am, which is your nationality, not knowing who you is. And then that, your subconscious mind, which is can be likened to your feminine, or the feminine mental energy. So remember, when there's no such thing as creation. There's no such thing as creation. Things and people are formed. In other words, we are eternal and have always been eternal. We change form. But that's another story. But the subconscious mind in this fleshly body is responsible for the growth and development, or the lack of growth and development, or the what? What's the word when you go backward? When you don't grow, but I don't remember the word. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you digress. Not digress, but y'all know. But anyway, so the subconscious mind is likened to feminine energy. Feminine energy, which is responsible for change, right? The moon, change. Everybody remember that? So when things are formed, hermetically speaking, the mind, all is mind, the first Hermetic law, always uses masculine and feminine energy. It has nothing to do with men and women, or as in gender or sex, okay? And by the way, gender is for animals. Okay, so now let's continue, okay? Let's continue with it. This is the sun. We talked about the cherubim, and these circles, this is the earth. But we're going to get into that at another time. But let me just let you take a look at it. So this is the earth rotating through the different seasons, okay, of the year. All right, but we'll get into that. Now let's get to the topic today. So remember, as above, so below, as below, so above, and then of course the law of cause and effect. Now the law of cause and effect applies to the whole of chapter 13. So I wrote the law of correspondence, but it also includes the law of cause and effect, okay? It's just, you can only put so much in a title. There's only so much space that you're allowed to have. Okay, so here we go, y'all. This is the Clock of Destiny, Volume 1, page 26. Page 26, okay, y'all? I would hope that y'all will, scholars, that you will call some of your friends and tell them to come check this video out. All right, because this is rare. This is rare information. It's very rare. In fact, I've never seen anyone do what I'm about to do, which is nothing special. I'm just going to walk you through it. But I've never seen anybody walk anybody through this information. That's why I'm saying it's rare. And as Moors, by birthright, right, we have an obligation, a duty, a duty to live in harmony with nature. In religion, we say follow the Most High's commandments, okay? So the Most High's commandments are natural law at their essence, right? They're natural law. So we're going to discuss natural law, nature and nature's God. And by the way, scholars, you should keep in mind, metaphorically speaking, the Moabitess, or the Moorish woman who gives birth. So the fetus, the Muslim, develops into a baby, and it comes out. Baby gets born, right? So that happens at conception, and then the baby comes out, birth. Okay? So we're talking nature, not religion. Nothing like that. So let's get into it. Page 26. I'll show y'all again, and let's start walking through it. Now keep in mind, as above, so below, as below, so above, the law of correspondence, and the law of cause and effect. All right? Okay, now this is the Zodiac. The Zodiacical man. I'm on a new platform, y'all. I haven't figured out how to screen share yet, okay? So be patient with me. I'm going to show y'all, if I can find him, Adam Cadman. Y'all remember Adam Cadman? The Zodiacical man? I shared, let me just Google search him. So now we're going to deal with Adam Cadman, the Zodiacical man. Now I remember there was a Moorish mother. There was a Moorish mother who I made reference to Aries being the head, and there was a Moorish mother who objected. She told me she was an astrologer and she never heard of that. Okay, and I sent her a message that she should look into this. I don't know if she ever did. So, Mother, if you're watching, you can take a look at this now. Here's the information. Okay, so this is the Zodiac man. I'm gonna show you a picture of Adam Cadman next. Okay. This is a very famous image. Y'all take a look at that. The head is Aries, the feet, Pisces. So you'll see the body parts. Okay, and the zodiac signs. All right, y'all? So what are we looking at? The law of correspondence. As above, so below. as below, so above. The zodiacal, with the zodiac's influence on man, his body, his personality, and his actions, therefore his what? Well, that's the cause and effect, right? For every action, there's a reaction. For every cause, there's an effect, and for every effect, there is a cause. Y'all see that? Okay, so now let me show you Adam Kadmon. This gets to be so frustrating. It's so commercial. The internet is so commercial now. It's all of this garbage, and you have to do so much scrolling. Hold on, y'all. I took a screenshot, but I have so many photos. Oh, wait a minute. Here it was. Well, here's another interesting. It's not. It's a little bit difficult to see because it's a small print. But take a look at that. Okay, y'all. So what is it saying? The universe, so man and the universe are the same. Man and the universe are the same. Okay. So I hope I can find it. Adam Kadmon is y'all know the famous, I think it's Da Vinci photo with the, maybe I would have been better off looking at that. Hold on, give me 1 second. The Leonardo da Vinci photograph, y'all know what I'm talking about? How can you not find this image? It should come right up, but oh well. Let me see if I can. Here it is. I have an image, but it's not so clear. So we're going to our textbook, okay? Adam Kadmon is here. Okay, y'all see? You look closely, you'll see the 5-pointed star. You'll see the cross in the middle, okay, by the genital area. Y'all see the Christian cross? So this is Adam Kadmon. Okay, the perfect man. The universe is man. All is mind. The universe exists in the mind of the all. The universe exists in the mind of the all. Man and the universe are one. Okay? Man is the universe. All right? So anyway, page 26. Let's begin. The intellectual zodiac. The interpretation of the moon in the 12 zodiac signs. Take time out, study for yourself. What the author is referencing here is that the moon moves faster than all of the other planetary bodies. So there are 5 planets, 2 luminaries, collectively called by our ancestors planets. Okay, the 2 luminaries, of course, the moon and the sun. So the moon, because it's moving so fast, it's going in and out of every house, in and out of each of the 12 zodiac signs, collecting information and news, and then transmitting it. This is what the author is talking about, the interpretation of the moon in the 12 signs, okay? Because it's collecting information and news as it goes into each house, all right? So before we do that, y'all take note. The head, the neck, the lungs, the breast, and we're going to continue for all of the 12, okay? So let's continue. So number 1, 30 degrees. Moon in Aries, okay? 30 degrees. Moon in Aries. A fire sign, okay? Aries is a fire sign. At the time of birth, influences a person to be impulsive and extremely enthusiastic. Oh, that's not a good combination. Unless, well, if you're impulsive, you didn't really think, right? You didn't think. It says influences, not dooms. It didn't say it dooms you to as if you cannot get out. That's not what it said. It's an influence, right? It's an influence. Like you may have friends who may influence you to do one thing or the other, but you can resist them, right? Especially if you are aware that you're being influenced or that you even can be influenced. And that's a problem with young people. They believe that they cannot be influenced by music. They can't be influenced by video or by book. You can definitely, without question, be influenced. All right? So 1, 30 degrees. Moon in Aries, a fire sign. At the time of birth, influences a man or a woman to be impulsive and extremely enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is charisma or charismatic. That's a great, wonderful quality to have. Especially when you can control it, right? You turn it on and you turn it off. But you don't want to turn it on and walk away and leave it on, right? It gets you in a lot of trouble. All right? So these people, it continues, they detest submitting themselves to superiors. So they don't know how to handle authority very well, right? They are susceptible to fever or head complaints. So fever, what's causing fever? Fever is going to be caused by infection. By infection. So that suggests to me that there's something with the goings-ons that's weakening their immune system. It could be their emotional state. I don't know. But definitely in a weakened immune system, okay? They are susceptible to fever or head complaints. So headaches. Could be a migraine headache. Could be a stress headache. Why? Because when you are impulsive, you tend to do things that you regret. And the regret, you may regret it because you are suffering some negative consequence. Cause and effect, law of cause and effect. You are suffering a negative consequence of your behavior. Okay? It's clear? And the negative, the mental anguish that you're undergoing may happen frequently and consistently. Why? Because you are impulsive and enthusiastic. That means that you get enthusiastic, excited about something, and then you start acting. In other words, making bad decisions. Frequently. Consistently. Oh, that will stress you out, right? And that can weaken your immune system. Okay? So this might be what's happening here. Some people, when they feel stressed out, they start to overeat. And when you start to overeat, you gain weight, and then everything's going to go downhill. All right, so now let's continue. So head complaints could be migraine headaches, high blood pressure, could make your blood pressure go up, right? Yeah, not good. Your blood pressure goes up, you get a headache, okay? You start eating a lot due to the stress. Maybe you start eating pork, your blood pressure go up, okay? And you get headaches. So maybe this is what is the mechanism of this, all right? Let's continue. So they are susceptible to fever or head complaints and also trouble, which may come through secret affairs. See, they are impulsive. Let's say, let's say they're in a relationship with someone and they're impulsive. Impulsive, now they go sleeping around. Okay? They bring something home. Or they go sleeping around and they worry about getting caught or passing something on or even catching something. Y'all see this? They have secret affairs. They're impulsive. Probably untrustworthy. They may want to hurt someone or even hurt themselves. Impulsive. Right? And they're doing all of this stuff in secret. All of this stuff in secret. So if they're doing things in secret, that means that they are betraying. They're betrayers, right? Probably even deceivers. Let's continue. The moon passes through 12 signs in the course of 30 days. That's a lot of movement, y'all. The moon passes through 12 signs in the course of 30 days. So now remember, each zodiac sign has its own electromagnetic signature. It has its own, when the sun enters into a zodiac sign, it fully takes on the character or characteristics and attributes of that zodiac sign. Fully. So what am I getting at? It's a lot of information. The moon is picking up a lot of information. It's picking up a lot of news and information that it's going to transmit to the earth. Okay? Every 30 days. Okay. So the moon passes through 12 signs in the course of 30 days, remaining in one sign from 2 to 3 days. Think of the moon as being a busybody. The moon is going to different people's houses, different zodiac sign houses, gossiping, or at least like a fly on the wall, okay, listening to what's being said, and then running and go telling it every 2-3 days. Okay, y'all? All right. Where are we? Oh, okay. The moon requires 7 1/4 days. I'm sorry. It requires 7 1/4 days for the moon to evolve 90 degrees. 3 signs of the zodiac. 7. Here's that number 7 again. 7 stations, right? The North Star, or the circumpolar zodiac with Polaris, the North Star, and the 7 stations, 7 planets, 7 days of the week. 7's everywhere. Okay? many meanings of 7. If I remember correctly, one of them is completion. Yeah, I think one of them, but y'all can Google all the meanings of 7, okay? Because Yeah, y'all Google the meaning of 7. I gave you enough. So, it takes 7 1/4 days for the moon to evolve 90 degrees. There's 9 again. There's 9 again. And I'm going to keep saying it. 9 is the number 6 inverted, turned upside down. The number 6 represents the S-U-N sun, who is the S-O-N sun. Okay? The number 6 is symbolic of a penis and testicles. Number 9 is symbolic of a vagina and uterus. Okay? Cosmically speaking, we're dealing with masculine and feminine energy. Also what? Gold and silver, commerce, or simply substance. Okay, y'all? The Hermetic law of gender, masculine and feminine energy. Quote unquote, God's money. All right, substance. Okay? And by the way, remember the substance was taken out of the Constitution. The more, the gold and the silver, which made way for the administrative state. What Hermetic law? Of course, the law of opposites, right? The law of opposites, okay? The law of polarity. All right, so it requires 7 1/4 days for the moon to evolve 90 degrees. 3 signs of the zodiac. Okay, 3 is the first perfect number. 3 is the first perfect number. That's coming from the Zodiac and the Gospels. Aries is the region of steel industry and force of arms. Aries is the region of steel industry and force of arms. Now, let's take a look back at I have a better picture, y'all, of the Zodiac man. It has the meanings on it. This one, I think, did not have the meanings. Yeah, you see, this one doesn't have the meanings. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to, so that the head is obvious, right? The head is thought. Aries, thought. You'd also associate that with what? Thoth. Messiah. Jesus is the Messiah, right? Thoth. Okay? Thoth and Mercury for the Greeks. Okay, commerce, y'all, commerce. Hence, Christianity is based upon sin and the need of a savior. In other words, debtors and creditors. Okay? Debtors and creditors. Let's see if I have. No, this is written in Latin. So give me 1 second. Hold on. So I hope y'all have fun with this, because this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. And it's our heritage. You know, that's the best part about it. We can recover, take our stuff back, and have fun doing it. Well, you should be able to easily find this, scholars, if y'all take the time to do it, okay? I'm not getting any good images, but I'm not surprised either. Be like that sometimes. Okay, so let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Neck. Okay, so let's go back, take a look at the image. The Zodiac man. Take a look at the neck. That looks like Taurus, right? Taurus? Okay. So again, if you just came in, we are on page 25. We're on page 25, the intellectual zodiac. We are in the Clock of Destiny, Volume 1. Here we go. Neck. First fixed angle, mid-spring. First fixed angle, mid-spring. 2, 30 degrees, 60 degrees. So the neck, 60 degrees. Moon in Taurus. Moon in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. At the time of birth, so when the moon is in Taurus, when a baby is born, gives a person a quiet disposition, determination, and ambition to excel in all undertaking. This is power. This is leadership, right? So when I'm reading, as I read this, I'm thinking about the ancient Ibaryath pictograph the bull, but not a hybrid bull, not a hybrid bull. The bull that we're accustomed to seeing, that's a hybrid bull, y'all. That's a hybrid bull. The stock market bull, that's a hybrid bull. The bull that you are accustomed to seeing in the images of Baal, that's a hybrid. That's a hybrid. Okay, so in my book, 911 Ancient Ibaryath Rescue, the purple book, it's in the description. The link is in the description area of this video. You can get the pictographs and you can see which bull this is, but that bull has to do with leadership. Brandon writes, hello. Hello, Boris. Let me see. Y'all know what, next time, I think I'm gonna make the chat box bigger, so it's or make it longer, so it's easier to read. I don't know about y'all, how it looks for you guys, but it's a little bit difficult for me to see it. Okay, now let's continue. When the moon is in Taurus, when the baby comes out, baby out, this is a quiet person. Okay, quiet person, determined and ambitious to excel. In other words, this is an overachiever, y'all. This is a overachiever. And quiet people are either going to be quiet because they're shy, and if they're shy, they're insecure or uncertain of themselves, right? They don't want to make people upset. They don't know what to say. But over time, many shy people get over that. Okay? But some people get wise as they get older. Or maybe they're even wise when they're young. There's some people who are wise when they're young. They're not going to let you know what they're thinking. They're going to keep it to themselves. Okay? That's very wise. Okay? So this might be a wise person, or it could be a shy person if they're young. All right? Determined. What does it mean to be determined? If you are determined, that means you are persistent. You persist. You don't take no for an answer. You don't let somebody tell you what your limitations are. You don't let somebody tell you what you can do or what you can't do. They're not going to let... I suffered through this when I was a child. You know, my father used to tell me, or try to put limitations on me, what I could achieve. Okay? Or them people ain't going to let you do that. You're not there. Them people ain't gonna let you into that university. Things like that. But I was determined. In one ear and out the other. Right? So a persistent person, no matter what happens, will continue to pursue whatever it is they're pursuing. And these people usually have a reason. See, persistent people have a reason. Often, some people, they don't persist at anything. But then, one day, boom, they start to become persistent and determined. In most cases, if it's a man, it's because he met a woman. And he wants to have that woman along with him, give her a reason to want to be with him. Or it could be he has a child. He has a baby girl, right? He has a daughter. Or it could be a son, okay? But he has a reason. And now he becomes persistent and determined, all right? So persistence is one of the keys to success, right? Nothing is ever failure until you accept it as such. And then once you accept something as failure, well, you've already failed. But if you don't accept it as failure, that means you're doing what? You're learning. It's a learning experience. You learn one more thing that doesn't work in terms of getting you to the point or to achieve whatever goal you're trying to achieve. That's just one more thing that doesn't work. And guess what the beauty of that is? That one thing that didn't work, you can file it away in your cabinet because it might work. It might be the answer, the solution to another problem. Y'all see it? So a failure is never failure until you accept it as a failure. That thing that didn't work, that thing that went bad, what you learn from it is the solution to some other problem. Okay, y'all? It is the solution to some other problem. And guess what? When you struggle a long time, have to suffer a long time, well, guess what? The law of correspondence or law of compensation will kick in. Yeah, you suffered here, you lost, got abused, taken advantage of, took you forever to get something, or maybe even still trying to get it. But boom, something else just as big will come to you quickly with little effort. It's law of correspondence / law of compensation, okay? So let's go back to next, Moon and Taurus. They are usually interested in music, painting, and romance. Okay, so music, inward interpretation, right? Painting, inward interpretation, romance. Y'all know that has a lot to do with the mind and the emotions. The moon is exalted in Taurus. The moon is exalted in Taurus. Taurus is the region of agriculture. Taurus is the region of agriculture. Now that's interesting. I don't know why that is. Taurus is the region of agriculture. Also, the monetary or banking system, arts, and science. Well, now you see why they use that hybrid bull for Wall Street. That's why the hybrid bull, the Wall Street bull, is the mascot for Wall Street. Listen again. Taurus is exalted in the moon. I'm sorry, the moon is exalted in Taurus. Taurus is the region of agriculture. Now, you know why it might be? Because bulls are used to plow the fields. Also, the monetary or banking system. All right? Wall Street. Arts and science. Some of that has to do with power and leadership, because these are some of the Taurus, well, the pictograph is symbolic of leadership and power, among some other things. Okay, so banking, right? Money, true money is power, y'all. Money gives you power. Why? Because money, you can use money to influence people to do something you want them to do, even against their own people, their own blood. Okay? So power is the ability to act or get someone else to act for you. Okay? The banking system, arts, and science. Okay, let's go to the lungs. Let's go to the lungs. So 90 degrees, we're dealing with the lungs. Moon in Gemini. One second. The lungs, moon in Gemini. Moon in Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. At the time of birth, gives a person an inclination for all intellectual things. So these are people who are very curious, right? Very curious. These are people who are willing, like my ex-girlfriend used to say, to sit down and study. Sit down and study. See, if you haven't gone, let's say if you don't have a terminal degree, and I can say this is true, even at the master's degree level, you probably don't realize this. Well, I can only speak. One of the things you learn when you go to do your doctorate is that a big part of being successful in that, not getting kicked out, is just being willing to sit down and study. You don't have to be brilliant. You don't have to have any extra smarts, extra intelligence. You just have to have discipline to sit down and study. That's why if I ever see her again, I'm going to tell her thank you, because I always remembered that. You know, during my days in medical school, sit down and study. Okay? All right. So this person, when you're born, when your moon is in Gemini, which is an air sign, it gives a person the inclination. In other words, your first thought, or you might have some feeling. Hey, you know what? I need to sit down and study. I wonder if her moon was in Gemini. Probably so. That's how she came up with it. Okay, but doesn't mean you're going to do it. It's that you are inclined to do that, right? You are inclined to do it, but you can override it if you're just lazy, right? Or if you are pursuing some stupid stuff. Your inclination might be to sit down and study, but you don't, okay? They are very active mentally, skillful with their hands, and lovers of writing, designing, journalism, sculpturing, engraving, salesmanship, and travel. Gemini is the region of social evolution. You can climb the social ladder, right? See, when you get educated, I'm gonna tell y'all something. with with the formal education, with the ability to write, complemented with the ability to express yourself. You don't have to be Mr. Elegant, but the ability to express yourself clearly. That's all, clearly. You can climb the social ladder if that's what you choose to do. As long as you don't have, you can climb it rapidly if you come from a healthy family. If you come from a dysfunctional family, well, you might climb that ladder and your family members are steadily tearing you down. So you make little to no progress. And you spend decades trying to figure out what happened. Not realizing that it was your father, your mother, who were destroying your opportunities behind your back. A dysfunctional family, the narcissistic family, the family who doesn't want to see the other family members excel, families where the father or the mother might pick a quote-unquote golden child and pit the children against one another. Okay, so you grew up in that type of family situation. You might overcome it or have overcome it at some point in your life. In cases like me, I totally cut them off. But I know other people who see the problem, but they continue in those relationships and they suffer. And the alibi, that's right, I call it an alibi. Those of you who are my friends, you know I'm talking about you. Don't get mad. But your alibi, their alibi, is that, oh, that's my family. Right? That's my family. So they continue to let their family abuse them. Right? And then they develop high blood pressure. They develop arthritis. Okay? They, maybe as a result, they start taking drugs, painkillers, alcohol, and become addicts. Trying to deal with these dysfunctional relatives. Okay? Or maybe they develop heart disease. Maybe they get triggered into schizophrenia. All kinds of terrible stuff can happen, right? When people are dysfunctional, especially if they're jealous of you because you are disciplined, or you have an inclination to sit down and study, sit down and learn. You're curious, okay? You're not really interested in hip hop and who said what and who went where and what they were wearing, the stupid stuff. So you can easily become a target. I can see that happening for people whose moon is in Gemini. Okay, people will look at you and see everything that they're not and hate you and want to bring you down. Okay? So these people are very mentally skilled. I had a professor who used to say, this is during my undergraduate, he used to say, if you're good, he was talking about your mind. If you're disciplined, you develop the art. You develop the art and skill of studying. He said you can study anything and you would be good. Good meaning great. You'd be great at it. You'd be great at it. Discipline and the skill or the art of studying. Okay? They can write with a pen or type. Get the thoughts together. Y'all know writing is a skill. It's an art. They love writing. Designing. So these are people who are multi-talented, who could do anything. Journalism. See, actually, we Moors should be producing our own literature, right? Y'all know my project to write the Book of the Law in Ancient Ibaryath and Modern English. I hope y'all will support it. we need to have our, like Noble Drew Ali said, change the people, you must change their literature, right? In other words, to change the people's state of mind from lower self to higher self, you need to change their literature. To change the people's state of mind from the state of mind of the curses, where you are used to and you expect, and many of us have become comfortable with suffering, you must change the literature so that they can go from the mindset of the curses to the mindset of the blessings. I'm talking about Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 14. Those are the blessings. That's the noble status. That's where you have your birthright. And you fully enjoy it. Okay, we're back in our land, back in control, back on our throne. They're two completely different states of mind. The law of polarity, the law of opposites. The state of mind or the consciousness or the vibration of the blessings, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 14, and then the curses, the mindset of the curses, the lower self, Deuteronomy 15 through verse 68. These are polar opposite states of mind. Okay, so to change the people means you need to change their mindset. The behavior follows the mind, the thoughts. Your dominant thoughts will produce behavior, and then the behavior reinforces the thoughts. Okay, y'all? So that's how it works. So I hope y'all will support my project to write the book of the law in ancient Ibaryath and modern English. Okay, I hope y'all will support it. The link, you can send in your donation to my website. There's a zionlawschool.org. You can donate there. My Patreon or my PayPal. Okay, so what that's going to do when I rewrite the book of the law, or maybe I should say correct it, I'm going to put the astrology back there. I'm going to show the natural law principles, the Hermetic Laws. Okay, I'm going to show the civics. Put it all back there in plain, easy to read English, and have the original ancient Ibaryath words. Okay, the original ancient Ibaryath text with all of their etymological meanings from 2 or 3 sources, definitely from Strong's, definitely from Brown Driver Briggs, and then I'll have it from KJV, because so many of our people, they are married to KJV, and much more, much more. So I put some information in the description area of the video, so y'all go check that information out if you want to know more about what's going to be in the book of the law. It's basic format, okay? It's basic, or the basic information that it's going to contain. That's not everything. That's just what I had enough space, based upon the space available to write in the description area. That's what I was able to put in there. Now let's continue. Sculpturing, engraving, salesmanship. Salesmanship, y'all. Salesmanship. You sell yourself to a woman or a man in terms of their love, right? You sell yourself to your heirs in order to influence them to do right and not wrong. Selling means you give people a reason. You give people a reason to buy your product. You give people a reason to do what you want them to do. Okay? You give them a strong reason, salesmanship. And this is where charisma comes in. Okay? So it's just not selling products. We have to sell ourselves all the time, right? Whenever you need assistance from someone, or you want assistance from someone, okay, or you want to influence your heirs to be higher self, you need to give them a reason, influence them, right? Okay, let's continue. Breast, Cancer. I was talking to somebody, it was in last week, and every Saturday I teach a class called 506 The Curses course, Deuteronomy 28. So we were talking about Cancer. Y'all take a look at this. Cancer is, most people associate Cancer with the crab claws, right? Or the crab. But Cancer is actually the breast. So here, y'all see, now y'all look closely at this, okay? Y'all see the crab? Take a look at the symbol for the crab. Y'all see it? Those two circles, well, that's a 6 and a 9, isn't it? It's a 6 and a 9. 6 and a 9. Okay? So that's 6 and a 9. These are breasts. The woman's breast. Y'all see? 6 and 9. Cancer is the region of economic security. 120 degrees. So y'all see the degrees are increasing by 30 degrees, right? Well, why 30? Because there are 30 degrees in every zodiac sign. One day equals 1 degree. Okay? So Cancer is the region of economic security, 120 degrees. Moon in Cancer. All right, so what does it mean when the moon is in Cancer? When your moon is in Cancer, how does it affect your zodiac, your personality? Okay, so moon in Cancer, a water sign. At the time of birth, gives a person love for home. Moon in Cancer makes you have a love for home, a love for family, right? You love being at home with your family. And a powerful imagination. Oh, y'all hear that? A powerful imagination. The workshop of the mind. Okay? The workshop of the mind. Mental movies. What does it mean to have a powerful imagination? Well, I want to clarify something. A lot of people don't know this. Imagination, that's visual. That's your ability to visualize, not speak. Visualize, to see images. I'll let y'all know something else, all right? When you have an image in your mind, that's good. But if you want to create, you have to push that image out. In other words, push it out outside of your head. So for example, imagine a TV screen or a big screen, or you're at the cinema, okay, and have that screen about 6 feet in front of you, and then project the image or the mental movie onto that screen. Don't keep it in your mind. Project it out. Okay, project it out. This is how you create or accelerate. Accelerate the time between you wanting to manifest something and it actually happening. Okay, you have to push it out of your brain, out of your mind. Okay. Usually 6 feet. Have your screen 6 feet in front of you. And then see the images, visualize, see them in detail. Okay? The colors, the details, everything. Okay? This is visualization. That's imagination. Okay? So once you develop that skill, then you can start adding voice. Okay, hearing, speaking, smells, but the most important thing is seeing and projecting it outward. Okay, 6 feet. Where are we? So these people have a powerful imagination. So that means these people, they're very good at manifesting. Now you might not see it in their life because you may associate manifesting with material wealth. Well, see, you can manifest poverty, pain, and suffering, and riches and wealth. So you're always manifesting, okay? You're always manifesting. So a powerful imagination just means that these people, they have a well-developed ability to visualize already at birth. Whereas some other people, they may need to develop the skill, work at it to develop the skill. Okay, that's all it's saying. Okay? So a powerful imagination, emotional, changeable. Well, that's good, right? So you have a love for home, so you're willing to change. You have a love for home, so you are willing to adopt. You're willing to change. You're not stubborn. You're emotional. Okay, I feel you. I have empathy. A dysfunctional family, you say you have a dysfunctional mother, or let's say a narcissistic mother. I saw, y'all know Dr. Romney, have y'all heard? I think I heard her say 1 in 6 people are narcissistic now. 1 in 6 people are narcissistic now. So you may have a narcissistic parent. They feel no emotion. They have no empathy for you. Even though that's your mother, that's your father. Okay? They use you like a pawn on the chessboard. Feel no sympathy for you. Destroy your reputation. Destroy you financially. But will do everything in their power to destroy every relationship you have so that you'll need them and they will squash you in the end. Okay? So these people with the moon who are born 120 degrees with the moon in Cancer, they're emotional. They're going to feel. If you're in pain, they're going to feel your pain. Okay? Now, it could be that they're emotional and in the lower self. See, if they're emotional and in the lower self, these are people who might be vindictive, paranoid, right? Oh, what's this person thinking, right? Oh, easily hurt, and then they strike out at you. So remember, these emotions are expressed differently in the lower self and the higher self, okay? So they are sympathetic, that means they have empathy, and proud determination. So in other words, they love home, they're going to work hard for their family. They're going to sacrifice for their family. They're going to adapt. If their man or woman, if their consort behaves a certain way, they're going to adapt. Okay? They're going to attempt as best they can. Let me not say as best they can, but they're going to adapt, and it will be obvious that they are adapting. Does that mean that their consort is not going to disrespect them, run over them, even though they're adapting? No. Does that mean that their efforts to adapt can reach their limit? Absolutely. Any person in their right mind is not going to adapt and to keep adapting and let you run over them, let you humiliate them. No, it says sympathetic and proud determination. Okay? So, this person, a healthy personality, will say, well, I've done everything I can do. And I'm not going to hit rock bottom, get on Skid Row, dealing with a person who clearly doesn't care about me or our household. And they're going to leave you, which is the right thing to do. Okay? Usually they are interested in drama and intellectual studies. Heart. So let's go to heart. 150 degrees. Okay. Second fixed angle. Second fixed angle. So Aries, fixed angle. And now we are what? At the heart, 150 degrees, which is the second fixed angle. Moon in Leo, a fire sign. At the time of birth, so the moon in Leo at the time of birth are high-minded, good managerial ability, and great honest in all business transactions. So see, Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah. Okay. This is the summer solstice. No, I'm sorry, it's not the summer solstice. This is Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah. So the sun is most intense at this time. It fecundates the earth and commerce. Okay, Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah. Dealing with business. They are sincere lovers, favored with the opposite sex, right? The intensity, right? The intensity, the intense heat fecundates the soil, makes the land prolific. Okay? So these people fecundates the ladies. Their heat, their charisma, okay? They are sincere lovers, favored with the opposite sex, and lovers of luxury, such as perfumes and fine clothing. Well, there you have it. That's why the women love them so much, right? The women love them so much. They love perfume. They love fine clothing. They tend to have money, okay? They're also capable of assuming authority and responsibility. Well, women like that too. Leo is the region of atomic power, gold and oil, iron, granite, and copper. Okay, so Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah. These are strong men, okay? So women like that, right? And you got some money. And you show the money. Y'all wouldn't believe it, but you know what? In Asia, they like bling. Yeah, in Asia, they like bling. They're so much like us. But the Asian people back home in North America, I didn't see Asian people with bling, okay? But here they like bling. Flashy colors and the whole 9 yards. The jewelry, the Asian people like bling. Y'all would be surprised how much we have in common. And they also deal with the same issues regarding complexion, skin tone. They have the same issues. And we tend to not realize that, right? But when you go to Asia, Southeast Asia, you start to see the quote unquote black and white thing is strong. Very, very strong here. Curly hair versus straight hair, very strong. And y'all might think I'm talking about people who are dark. No, I'm talking about an Asian person who looks Asian, but they don't have the pale that pale, skin. I'm not too fond of. But yeah, they have their own thing here. Okay, but many of these people are Moors. That's my point. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to the intestines. Let's go to the intestines. Okay, no, the heart. Oh no, I did the heart. The heart, Leo, moon in Leo, the lion of the tribe of Judah. Okay. Let me just pull up the image again. Okay, intestines. Virgo is the region of organized labor. Virgo is the region of organized labor. Now, I wonder why that is. Probably because of the harvest, right? You need to harvest, okay? 180 degrees. Moon in Virgo. An earth sign. At the time of birth gives a person a powerful memory. Wow. Okay? A powerful memory. Aidful friends and many journeys. Oh, so this person has a lot of good friends, so they're probably very successful, minus any detrimental personality disorders. And I tell you why. Because you can get further in life by having friends than you can in any other way. All right? Y'all think that every professional or most professionals are disciplined, well-studied? Absolutely not. They got where they are because they have friends who saved them. I know plenty of them. Okay? Plenty of them. All right? And that was the way they operate, through friends. They can't do it academically. They can't do it performance-wise. Wow. What a lazy self-image. Okay? Inner voice tell them they can't do it, so they do it through smoozing and making friends. Okay? It's very powerful. But some people are just, let's say, lucky, as they say in Asia. Okay? So, powerful memory, aidful friends. Oh, they have a powerful memory. That means they remembers people's names. They remember people's birthdays. Okay, they remember the details about people, which helps them make friends and influence those friends. Okay? And they go on many journeys through life. It could be traveling from, one landmass to the next. It could be just different journeys in life. Okay? They are witty. Okay, so they're witty. Maybe they're well-read, poetry, and they can put some stories together. Okay, come up with witty sayings. Persevering and have an inclination towards the science of medicine. So if your moon is in Virgo, you might wind up becoming a medical doctor or a dentist or a chiropractor or any other podiatrist, any other type of medicine. Okay? Or it says here, such as herbs. Okay, so maybe you're going to become an herbologist. Okay? Let's go to kidneys. 210 degrees. The moon is in Libra. At 210 degrees, the moon is in Libra, an air sign. At the time of birth, gives a person a talent for music and art. So Michael Jackson, Prince, B.B. King, etc. MC Hammer. They're very popular, affectionate. So these are social people, right? Social people, or they could be a recluse. Some people are shy, like they said Prince was shy, Michael Jackson was shy. But they're affectionate and undergo strong friendship. Libra is the region of the jury and judges of nations, right? So that's the Libra sign, or Libra, the balanced scales. Okay? The region of the jury and judges of nations. Now, each of the 12 signs are considered a juror. So there are 12 jurors. 12 constellations, there are 12 jurors. Okay? Let's continue. So sexual organs. Sexual organs. Third fixed angle, mid-fall. So we have the spring equinox, the summer solstice. Now we're on the third. Third fixed angle, mid-fall, 240 degrees. Moon in Scorpio, a water sign. At the time of birth gives a person great courage and fondness for material things in life. Okay, so this person has courage and he likes material things, cars, boats, yachts. Maybe this is a person who's going to be a boxer, MMA fighter, UFC fighter. Where am I? Okay. They are hard to influence against their own will. So they are persistent. These are persistent people. And again, persistence is one of the major keys to success. Also the ability to make friends. These days they call it networking, right? Networking, the ability to make friends. Okay. Or to influence people. All right, so let's continue. By the way, so for example, you make a decision, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and it's difficult. You're not getting the result. You try different approaches, different tactics to get it done. Your consort, brother, sister, friends, they start telling you, hey, you ought to let that go. You're wasting your time. It's obviously it's not meant for you. I remember this one friend I had for years, decades. She told me, man, I was explaining some of the failures that I was experiencing, difficulties, right? Wasn't going my way. But I kept persisting, year in, year out. And she said to me, well, if that was me, I would have took that as a sign to just stop. And it came into my mind that I'm doing right. It made me remember, right? To keep on persistent and that I'm doing it right. And it made me feel happy. Okay? Made me feel happy. Okay? So these are people who will continue until they get what they want, even though people around them are telling them you're wasting your time. Okay? Or anything else to discourage them. They keep going. They are very outspoken and at times very extravagant, which causes difficulty in courtship or marriage. Okay, y'all? So if you're with someone and you got some problems and this sounds like their personality, hey, they got an honesty. It could be that you need to adapt. It could be that you need to adapt. And in you adapting to them, I mean, you accommodate them, you accept them for who they are, and then you work on you in terms of not getting angry, exploring why you get angry, right? exploring what is it about you in that situation, and try to find peace or leave, right? Be honest with yourself. I can't do it. I don't want to do it, whatever it is, and then go your own separate way if that's what you feel like you need to do. You know? So let's continue. They're also subject to trouble over legacies. Oh, things that you did. Or you may have a legacy coming through your family that's damaging you. Okay? That's following you. All right? Scorpio is the region of surgery, biology, botany, chemistry, military, and embalming. That's death. Also navigation, sex, and crime, the fall of nations. Quote unquote, mid-fall, the swastika. Okay, so y'all know the swastika. So again, so summer, spring equinox, summer solstice, right? And then fall, the sun is falling southward, so the fall of nations, the season fall, autumn, okay, mid-fall, Scorpio, is that clear? Okay, hips, 270 degrees. 270 degrees, hips. Moon in Sagittarius, a fire sign. At the time of birth gives a person a tendency for quick action and decision. That's an excellent quality. That's an excellent quality for success in life, right? Once you have enough information, you make a decision quick, and then you don't change that decision. You persist. You don't change it, regardless of who's telling you how stupid you are, or for whatever they tell you. You make that decision quick when you have enough information, and then stick to it until you get the result that you want. Of course, you change your actions or adjust your plan as you go. Moon, a fire sign, at the time of birth gives a person a tendency for quick action and decision. But it's a tendency, right? It's a tendency. You're not locked into it. You need to express, right? You need to express it. Okay. So it could be a feeling, something moving you to do it. But you can resist it. Okay, now let's continue. Restlessness. So they have a tendency to be restless. So if that's misdirected, that could be terrible. If it's properly directed, that can yield you great and magnificent outcomes in your life. But if it's misdirected, it could land you in an early grave or locked up, okay? Or with horrible relationships. They are unsettled, although kind-hearted. They're unsettled, okay? So maybe they tend to make problems in their relationships, but they're very kind-hearted. Okay, so they got it honestly, y'all. They got it honestly. They are faithful workers. Okay, so they're going to come in. If they're supposed to start at 8 a.m., they're going to start at 8 a.m. If they're supposed to leave at 5, they're going to leave 5 o'clock or after. Okay? If they're supposed to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they're going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They're not going to, quote unquote, skate. They're not going to skate on the job. They're faithful workers. They're also fond of sport, travel, and have the inclination towards mysticism. Now that's not good. That's not good. Why would they have an inclination toward mysticism? It could be because they like sports, and often gambling goes with sports, right? Or getting something for free. The desire to get something for free. Okay? All right, let's continue. Sagittarius is the region of physical manifestation upon the plane of life. Number 9. Sagittarius, is the region of physical manifestation upon the plane of life. The number 9, of course, the number 9 is the moon, feminine energy. Feminine energy is your subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is what creates. Okay, it's what creates and causes you to grow, or digress rather. Okay, so manifestation. I manifested that, good or bad. Okay, it can be terrible things that you manifest, or it can be great things that you manifest, things that you don't want, but you manifested, and things that you do want that you manifested. It all depends on what? Whether or not you're using your imagination, or somebody else has hijacked your imagination. And I'm referencing here media, okay, the educational system, so on and so forth, through what? Through the Hermetic law of mental gender, okay, hypnosis, etc. Okay? Capricorn is the region of the birth of union of Rome. Capricorn is the region of the birth of the union of Rome. Capricorn, December 22, the winter solstice. It's cold and it's dark. Evil things happen in the dark. Take the D off of dark, attach it to evil, you get devil. Okay? The solstitial line, right? So the Christ, the higher self, the lower self, is the devil. The Hebrew word, or the ancient Ibaryath word for devil, or for opposite, rather, it's the same line, right? So it's just opposite ends or polar extremes of the same line. In ancient Ibaryath, that's called Satan. Okay? Satan. So Satan, the devil. Okay? It's all nature, natural phenomena, no demons, no devils. Okay? All right, so Capricorn, the region of the birth of Rome, the union of Rome, 300 degrees. Moon in Capricorn, an earth sign, at the time of birth gives a person administrative ability. The administrative state, right? The administrative state. Everything is fake. It just exists on paper. It's the opposite of natural. Good reasoning powers, and they are idealistic. That's what religion is, y'all. Religion is idealism. It falls apart in the real world. It falls apart in the real world. And I learned that the hard way through decades of experience in Christianity with the New Testament. Now, well, you'll find me, let me see a woman who's going to be happy in a relationship where she always has to take the back seat and a man has to even pray for her. No, if she stays in it, most likely she's going to develop a mental illness, develop cancer. She's going to experience depression, so on and so forth. Because it's unnatural. It's unnatural. Okay? The point of view of the Christian doctrine, as far as a woman being below the man, the head of every man is the Christ, and all of that stuff, that doesn't work in real life. When I was in religion, I saw the wives dying, cancer, and so on and so forth, severe depression, mental illness. In the religion I was in, the rate or the incidence rather of schizophrenia was much, much greater. I don't remember the exact amount than the general population, but this was a strict religion. Okay? Any person who lets an idiot lead them is a fool. Okay? And at some point you know you're a fool. So if you keep on doing it, well, I don't have, a lot of y'all women, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to continue talking about this any further. Anyway, let's continue. The keys I think you should remember are idealism, good reasoning powers. Yeah, one of the things that I noticed about the New Testament and religion just in general is that they write everything is based on the ideal situation. Okay, and how do you get to the ideal situation? Through reasoning. In fact, the religion that I was in had a book called Reasoning on the Scriptures. Yeah, the reasoning sounded great and wonderful. It sounded very logical. But the problem is that it did not work in the real world. Okay? It did not work in the real world. And it does not work in the real world. Ankles, fourth fixed angle, midwinter. Hold on, y'all. Wow, I didn't realize it's so late. You know, I'm lucky because when I'm doing something I like, I totally lose track of time. And I had no idea that it's almost my time, almost 10 o'clock. No idea. So if y'all are watching the video, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'd like to get the channel more subscribers so that the YouTube algorithm can push the videos, push this information. Give me 1 second ago. I mean, give me. Y'all see I'm tired, right? I've noticed my speech ain't right. Let me check the chat. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to check the chat. Boris writes, yes, debtors and creditors. Boris writes, thought. Brandon writes, shalawama. Boris 6 and 9, 69 looks also like yin and yang. Absolutely. Well, remember, they're the inversion, so the opposites, right? Boris writes 7 phases of the moon. Good point. Boris writes, yes, the results on the internet keep getting less and minus. Yeah. Let's see. It's a good point. Boris, Hermes, and then Hermes thrice great. Boris, I don't know. You wrote here the law of one. Okay, so let's try to get through this. All right. Where are we, y'all? Oh, okay. Ankles. Fourth, sixth angle, midwinter. 330 degrees. Moon in Aquarius, an air sign. At the time of birth, give a person good imagination and institution and broad-mindedness. So these are open-minded people, right? They are fond of luxury and travel and are also interested in national affairs. Good company and have inclination towards science of astrology. That's very good quality. So these would be people who could experience a lot of success in life because they're living in harmony with nature. They have an inclination to be harmonic with nature. In other words, they're not going to fall into the mythology trap and all of the other garbage that most other people will find themselves falling into due to the dark priesthood, okay, y'all? Let's see. So they are fond of luxury. That's a good thing. Those are the blessings, right? Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. And travel. And are also interested in natural affairs. Good company and have an inclination toward the science of astronomy. At times, they usually undergo slight nervous derangements. Aquarius is the region of electronics and uranium, often referred to as, quote unquote, the fourth dimension, the rise of civilization. Okay. I'm going to try to speed it up, y'all. 360 degrees. Moon in Pisces. This is the last zodiac sign. A water sign. At the time of birth, gives a person a retiring and pleasant disposition. At times, they are easily discouraged, restless, and impatient. They are fond of scientific study and romance. They are also endowed with the power to offset the aim of secret enemies. Okay, so these are people who are very good at dealing with enemies. Okay, so in other words, these people can probably see the traps that their enemies are laying. These people might be very good chess players, okay? But they definitely have an insight, it appears to me, to be able to, one, identify their enemies, and then two, make sure that their enemies' schemes against them don't succeed. Now, what's the negative part about this? No, not the negative. What's the potential problem? If they're off balance, if they're lower self, they might run around thinking people are their enemies and they're not their enemies. Or they might go thinking everybody's their enemies. Okay? And then plotting and scheming against an innocent person or a person who's not their enemy. All right? So let's keep it moving. Pisces is the region which completes the circle of creation. 360 degrees, y'all. All creation, okay? 360 degrees. Pisces completes it. Starts with Aries, ends with Pisces. 360 degrees of creation. Pisces is the region which completes the circle of creation and shows how the law of unity works universally. Okay, okay, y'all? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, and it never stops. Okay? You may refer to an up-to-date almanac in order to find what sign the moon is during each month throughout the year. Okay? So, a farmer's almanac. Or a astrological almanac. Okay, then you can find out, as the author says here, what sign the moon is during each month throughout the year. So that completes that. I hope y'all learned something. I hope you found it valuable. So I think next class, I'm going to continue on with some of this. We have the next topic, unity, the law of harmony, the four trinities of creation, okay? The next subheading is the 5 sons of destiny. Still dealing with astrology. Next subheading, one never know by being told. So take time out, figure it out for yourself. The fall equinox and the winter solstice. Let's see. So I think we'll cover just a little bit from these topics. All right. So appreciate y'all spending your time with me. I hope y'all like this platform. This platform is called Prism. I just found out about it today as I was trying to figure out what my next move is. Since YouTube Studio, whenever I go on there, the image is messed up, or the microphone is messed up. And but anyway, this platform seems to be pretty good as far as I can see on this end, and it's free. But I don't know if there's a time limitation on how long you can live stream. So for those of you who might be sitting on the fence and you want to start a YouTube channel doing astrotheology or something like that, Prism, this is my first time using it, but it works. Today it's working for me good. So if y'all want to help me with this, I suggest using Prism, okay? And you can get your astrotheology, or if you want to do astrology, you can get it going easy. You don't have to waste time, spend a lot of effort the way I did to find Prism. Islam to all the Moors, I, self, law, am master.